Hello, hello, and happy Valentine's Day! We will be doing the Valentine quest since it's the holiday season, and then we will continue on with our exploration in the early zones in the Noscea area. For this year's Valentine's Day, we have roses, roses, and more roses. Please enjoy the festivities to the fullest, and preferably with your special someone. I promise you a rose garden. It's like a little emote that you get. Aw, bouquet, offering a bouquet. Astrid has need of an adventurer to resolve a quandary in love. Greetings, good madam. I am Astrid de Valentione, emissary of ardor and affection. My fellows and I have come to help folks convey the depths of their hearts to a special someone this Valentine's Day. Begging your pardons, but you are an adventurer of some experience, are you not? If so, I would dearly appreciate your aid. Permit me to explain the situation. For this year's event, we are providing people with bouquets of roses to help them make their feelings known. But as it happens, the botanist who is kindly providing us with the flowers, a man named Lorovic, appears to be having difficulties of his own in love. As emissaries, we should like nothing more than to assist him, but we're given to understand the situation is complicated. That being the case, might I trouble you to act in my stead? Leave it to me. We are in your debt. Without further ado, please seek out Lorovic and lend an ear to his woes. He is like to be at the Great Lum Growery. Lorovic is like to be at the Great Lum Growery. Please seek him out and lend an ear to his woes. Where's this growery? Okay, by the Botanist Guild. Okay. Oh, Silgeny, my love, where have you gotten to? Ah, forgive me, I didn't notice you. Is there something you require? Miss Astrid sent you to assist me, you say? That's very kind of you both. You see, there is someone I desperately wish to find. Allow me to begin from the beginning. A few years ago, an Ishgardian botanist arrived here in Gridania. Silgeny was her name, and in part due to our shared fondness of roses, we struck up a friendship that blossomed into love. The months that followed were the most wonderful in my life, filled with unforgettable days. But then one day, she disappeared without a word, leaving behind only the seeds of a rare variety of rose. The flowers being given out this Valentine's Day are grown from those very seeds. It was my hope upon hope that the word of them would reach her, and then she might be compelled to return to me. And as if in answer to my prayers, who should I spot in the crowd just now but her? She wore the rose earring I gifted her, so there's no mistaking it. Alas, as I made my frantic way towards her, she vanished amidst the throng. Please help me look for her, I beg you. You can count on me. Bella, the romanticist at heart. I'm in your debt. Now, Silgeny is an Ellison maiden with silver hair. You'll want to keep an eye out for someone of that description who has the earring I mentioned. If you could search near Mikedo's amphitheater, I will do the same in the ebony stalls. Afterwards, let us meet before Fenial Fineries. May the spinner lead us to Silgeny. I love a good romance story. Silgeny? I am not she, I'm afraid, but I do hope you find her. I hope you find who you're looking for. May I help you? That he should go to such lengths to find me. I love him still, I truly do, but I'm too ashamed to meet him. I just wish to see the roses that lovers are giving one another. Please tell Lorovic that he should look for me no more, that he should forget me. What did she do? Probably something not as bad as she thinks. Wait, where were we supposed to meet? At the Leatherworkers. I'm afraid to say I had no luck. Dare I hope you were able to learn something? What? Forget her. She cannot ask me to do such a thing. Pray excuse my interruption. I am Sir Tawan, a knight of House Helenar. Do I have the pleasure of addressing the botanist Lorovic? The roses being distributed during the current festivities. May I ask where you acquired them? Those? Why, I grew them from the seeds given to me by my love, Silgeny. So it is indeed the Drioncoin, the rose permitted to be grown by none save our house. To think that she would bring it to a foreign nation. You know Silgeny? She tended House Halinar's rose gardens until a few years ago, when she vanished without a trace. Our house takes the rose for its symbol, and the Drioncoin is the foremost of all the species. Silgeny had care of them on account of her skills. But when Curthis froze over in the calamity's wake, every last plant withered away. 'Twas believed that she fled out of shame. When she entrusted me with the seeds, she made no mention of their importance. Why did she give them to me? This is all such a shock. Indeed, never did I imagine that the rose would end up not only surviving in the foreign land, but thriving. So the reason you seek Silgeny is in order to bring her to account? While she has violated our laws, she has saved the Drioncoin from extinction. As such, I doubt she would face much of a punishment, if any. Nevertheless, my duty is to ascertain the truth of the matter. In that case, will you not allow me to search with you? Though Silgeny bade me not to do so, I cannot bear to do nothing. Mayhap we can have her come to us instead, by devising a rumor that would draw her attention. Let us try it. As much as it chafes me to deceive her, I'll do what I must to see her again. Then the question is what manner of rumor to employ. Have you any thoughts? Let's say Lurovic is to duel an Ishgardi knight. Fight for your love. But we wouldn't actually fight, of course. I can't wield anything save botanist tools. On the assumption that Silgeny is aware of your limits, I dare say she would come out of worry for your safety. We needn't go so far as to cross swords. Yes, that may well work. As for the location, I believe the Great Loam Growery would be as suitable a place as any. Then it is settled. Let us split up and recruit some citizens to our cause, and lest we cause undue commotion, be sure to clarify 'tis but a ruse. Understood. We meet again at the Growery. What? A botanist will duel an Ishgardian knight at the Great Loam Growery? Don't tell me they're fighting over you. Even though I'm beautiful. Yes. Oh, it's just a ruse to find his sweetheart. Well then, consider us part of it. When it comes to endeavors in love, we have to help one another. Lurovic wishes to be reunited with his love, you say? It would be too tragic if they couldn't be together. You may count on us to spread this rumor far and wide. So you want this rumor to reach the woman with the rose earring? Very well, we shall help. The roses brought my love and I together. This would be a fine chance to give back. I should be glad to help tell our other customers as well, in the spirit of the occasion. Should it happen to win me Lurovic's favor and lead to a better deal with the guild for the blossoms we use in our popular rose tea, well, who am I to argue? There you are. I was able to recruit a good number of citizens to spread the word. I'm truly grateful for your help, Bella, but I'm beginning to worry that Silgeny won't come. She must, or else I would have suffered through all of your lovesick rambling for naught. What? But I was merely expressing the wonders of true love. One day someone doesn't exist in your life, and next you cannot imagine life without them. Enough of that. Enough. Sir Titoan, please wait. Loravic stands no chance against you. Do not hurt him, I beg you. This feud relates to you, does it not? Please help me stop it. Oh, Silgeny, at long last I found you. Hear me, my love. Sir Titoan means me no harm, I assure you. I'm sorry for causing you alarm, but I couldn't bear the thought of never seeing you again, and so I spread a false rumor with help from Bella and Sir Titoan. I have heard all about the Valentione. Will you not tell me why you entrusted me with the seeds and left? Please believe me when I say it was for the sake of the Valentione. The rose wasn't made for the extreme cold that had overtaken Kurthis. Believing the conditions to be ideal in the Black Shroud, I brought the seeds here, where I met you. But not only did I fail in my duty to my house, I violated its rules as well. I have no right to be happy. That is why I chose to entrust you with the seeds before disappearing. 'Twas an unkind thing I did to you, and I'm truly sorry. When I heard that the roses would be handed out during Valentione's Day, I couldn't help but come and see for myself, though I knew that I couldn't stay. Oh, Silgeny, to think that you carried such a burden. But whatever you may have done, you have every right to be happy. Is he gonna propose? It is thanks to you that the Valentione now adores the city, bringing happiness to all. You are a brilliant botanist, and the guild would surely welcome you as a member. Will you not do the honor of growing roses beside me, my love? 'Tis true you violated the rules of House Halinair. Yet you did so with noble intent, and your actions served our most precious rose from extinction. In recognition of this, I will speak in your defense, and I will make a recommendation to our house that we officially entrust the growing of the Valentione to the Botanist Guild. Loravic. Unworthy though I may be, I would gladly grow roses beside you for all my days. All's well that ends well. Mayhap you would like to say a few words to the happy couple? Thank you for lending Loravic your aid. Go on, offer the happy couple a few words. Bella, Sir Titoan, Silgeny, and I are reunited, and it is thanks to the two of you. We shall go and share the happy tidings with Miss Astrid. My task is done, so I shall return to Ishgard with my own happy tidings that the Valentione blooms once more. In due course, our house will send a representative to make arrangements regarding the care of the rose. Till next time, my young botanists, I bid you farewell. Will you not come with us to the amphitheater, Bella? I'm certain Miss Astrid will wish to see you too. I will forever cherish the bouquet Lorevic gave me, and I will never forget this day. Oh, to walk with Silgeny at my side again. If this is a dream, then may I never wake up. We've had this story from Lorevic and Silgeny. How amazing that you could help them to find each other again. It inspires me to redouble my efforts. I shall continue striving to become an emissary who can resolve all manner of quandaries of the heart. Welcome back, Bella. Lorevic and Silgeny have told me all. On behalf of the emissaries, I thank you for helping them to find one another again. You couldn't have sent a better adventurer to my aid. We're in your debt as well, Miss Astrid. I must say, 'tis truly felicitous that the Driancoin should reunite the people who grew them. They are a wonderful token of one's love, and should you have a special someone in your heart, Bella, I urge you to present them with a bouquet as well. Bouquet. I shall spend some time thinking on what I am able to do, but whatever may come, I will not give Lorevic cause for sorrow again. My thanks again for your kind aid. This second chance with Silgeny I've been gifted, I shall make the most of. Well, there you have it. For the Valentione. As a symbol of love, the rose is a regular fixture in romantic literature. Truly, no flower is better suited to fostering ardor and affection during Valentine's Day. Did you know the rose also symbolizes passion? And with the fiery passion I possess as an emissary of love, I shall do my utmost to solve everyone's dilemmas in romance. Wasn't there one like in a red outfit somewhere? That Hortifex. He went to the Botanist Guild and picked the flowers himself for his bouquet for me. Not that I'm impressed, mind you. I would have been perfectly happy with anything he might have offered, is what I wish to say. I am but a novice in the garden, but 'tis plain Lorevic is exceptional at his craft. Above all, however, he loves what he does. His roses are the most beautiful specimens and utterly without flaw. He must care for them as though they were his children. Good eve to you, adventurer, and may the flowers of love ever blossom in your heart. If you should desire to learn more of the Valentine's Day festivities, please do not hesitate to ask. I shall be only too eager to share with you everything I know. What's with all the hearts? We of the proudish guardian house of Valentione spread ourselves across the Eorzea this day in the hope that we may give budding sweethearts the courage to take to their first steps together. Hearts across this fair realm torment themselves with unspoken ardors, and thus have we crafted events to inspire even the shyest of souls to confess their hidden feelings. What is Valentine's Day? It is a time of celebration when we honor the life of Countess Arabelle de Valentione, a high lady of Ishgard who struck out against her life of cosseted detachment, and risked all in pursuit of a pure and all-consuming love. In the years after the Countess's passing, a tradition became established among the Ishgardian populace. Every year at this time would they strive to emulate her passion and her bravery by plucking up their own courage and bestowing a token of love upon the object of their affections. Who is Astrid? The Lady Astrid belongs to the newest generation of House Valentione's emissaries. As a descendant of Countess Arabelle de Valentione, the desire to see each other's hearts skip a beat runs in her noble blood. If you would aid this diminutive avatar of love in her efforts to saturate the realm in ardor and affection, then you need but make yourself known to her. Who is Emily? Emily is a Erdonian native and an apprentice emissary of Ardor. Alongside Lady Astrid, she strives to support those in need of a little push in their pursuit of love. She is always happy to meet new and old faces alike, so I encourage you to seek her out should you wish to make her acquaintance. Who is Lisette de Valentione? Lady Lisette is the former head emissary of Ardor, and even now there are none who stoke the fires of passion in Eorzea's hearts more than she. Having passed the mantle of leadership to Lady Astrid, she has taken to independently attending those in need of guidance with matters of the heart. Who is Hortense? Sir Hortense is an emissary of Ardor and the fiancé of Lady Lisette. Years ago, the lady found him on the verge of death and plucked him from its encroaching claws. The two were eventually reunited summers later, and they vowed to never again be apart. Sir Hortense has passionately aided others in finding love for themselves ever since. Ah! Cute. I'm still waiting for my love. Cute. Alright, so now we're going back to Limsa Lominsa. I haven't found anyone to give my bouquet to. Let's explore to the south first. the Maelstrom overwhelmed, it falls to the Yellow Jackets to hold down the fortifications. Maelstrom forces were spread thin in the first place, and that was before the Sagan surge. From here we stand watch over the Lothagren East Road, which joins Limsa with the Lenosian lowlands. Lothagren owes its name to the heroic helmsman of the legendary warship Galadian. A little airship out there. I love like these little lavender flowers. Is that a dodo? There's a dodo on that. Are the bogies praying to the dodo? I'm going to visit every point of interest. Got a nice little orange grove. I just got finished watching and reacting to Nami's arc in One Piece with her mother Belmare and the orange or tangerine grove. This would be perfect for her with how rough and tough Belmare was. Like, she would definitely work here. No work ethic in these washed-up lackeys, too busy living in the past to make a difference in the present. I'd hoped they'd put that pirate muscle to good use out in the fields, but I failed to reckon on their loafing pirate bones. So they used to be pirates. An adventure on the trail of an elite mark, I'll wager. Nah, I'm good. The Noscea oranges are chock full of nutrients and are sweet tasting to boot. They're vital to keeping scurvy at bay, too. You'd think men who'd been away at sea would appreciate the value of fresh fruit, but these villains care only for coin. "50 years of farming have taught me the songs of the soil and the words of the wind. Now the men come in from the sea and wish to hear them. It is good to know the knowledge will not die with me." Well, Mid-Adventurer, all the seasons have their place, but Summerford was named after the one that suits her best. What do you do here? Well, lass, it's my job to see that this orchard runs smoothly. Used to be that I was a captain of my own pirate ship, but the calamities saw an end to that. After I lost my vessel, I dragged my crew kicking and screaming here to begin a new life on the land. The Admiral had been getting tough on any sort of piracy, so I thought my boys would have an easier time of it out here. For most of them, though, it seems the smell of the soil can't ever compete with the briny sea air. What kind of place is this? This orchard here is part of the Admiral's initiative to outlaw piracy and put us erstwhile buccaneers to work reclaiming the land. The lawmakers have offered to buy our yields at a fair price once we learn the way of getting the plants to flourish. Gurkint over there, he's a master botanist, but there's only so much he can teach us. If this farm is truly to succeed, my blokes need to forget the ocean and bend their backs to the work before them. Rocks in a hard place. Grenwood seeks courageous pioneers who can tame the wilderness for Summerford Farms. Summerford Farms bears the charge of the Admiral's Settlement Initiative. We're rewarded handsomely to brave new frontiers. Yet if we fail to fulfill our part of the bargain, the grant will be withdrawn. In spite of this, the washed-up pirates elect to laze their days away. There is still time. We need only clear away the rocks and debris for the area to be deemed settled. If you are willing to help, you'll find a shovel outside that hut on the hillside. Redwood's forcing pirates to trade their swords for plowshares and start anew on land. Far be it from me to question the Admiral, but how can a man who has spent his entire life reaping be taught to sew. Tiller shovel, used by the tillers of Summerfur to clear the land of rocks. You've certainly proven you are not one to let obstacles stand in your path. If only these supposedly pioneering pirates were half as industrious as you. Expanding borders is all well and good, but the Admiral ought to know rugged frontiers can't be settled by layabouts. Neon torches light the way to Sisong Grotto for souls lost at sea. The verse engraved on its memorial was first found carved into the deck of a shipwreck and has become a favored litany among Leminson seafarers. Ah. Retired pirates are a restless bunch. All day they're at it, swearing and shouting and punching and kicking, wasting all that time and energy on everything but farming. Shovels? Ha! The only things that shed houses now are hungover freebooters. Away from the orchards and out of the boss's sight. Perfect spot for a nap. I love waterfalls. Sound of rushing water. So peaceful. Follow the road through the checkpoint and it will take you into Wineport. Aye, the place is famous for its wines, but that's not all you'll find up there. The Garleans have built a military base close by, so be on your guard. The Deneville checkpoint serves as one of our last lines of defense should the Imperial forces attempt an invasion. Looks like just some jackal and wisps over here. So that leads to western Noscea. Okay. The foremast is one of the newer Yellow Jacket garrisons. You think the name strange? Well, just as the foremast is found at the front of a galley, the name of our barracks is a reflection of our willingness to fight on the front lines of battle. Yeah, I do like how Limsa is like certain areas is named after ship. Like Mesa Mast, Aft Castle. This place is the foremast. Looks like you should be able to go in here, but you can't. That's some cliff, ain't it? You'd never get cargo up and down that thing without this great bloody mess of wooden pulleys. What do you do here? A collection of freight companies banded together to come up with the skylift you see here. I guess you could call me the face of the operation. Not that I wield aught more authority than the next bloke, ye understand. With Limsa being a place built on the ways of pirates, every blatant act is decided by a vote. So my job is setting up meetings and presiding over the boats. The grease on the wheels, as it were. Some days I'd sooner be driven one of them wagons than getting some real work done. What kind of place is this? This operation was set up after the calamity cracked the very ground and raised a cliff clear across middle of Noscea. You might rely on cargo ships for deliveries along the coast, but the folk living inland still need our wagons to get through. This scaffolding ain't sturdy enough to hold a fully laden wain, so the ideal solution would be to collapse a section of the cliff and make us a ramp. Of course, no bugger has the time or the resources for that sort of undertaking. For the time being, we're stuck using what we have. All the local cargo companies banded together to launch this grand operation you see before ye. Now, it might be as they cooperated to get things rolling, but you can wager your grandma's wooden teeth that they'll steal each other's clients soon as sneeze. Out to dry. Widhovaka, a skylift operator, is looking for someone to assist with her megalocrab woes. Ah, for the love of Limlane, not again! The lettuce is ripped to bloody shreds. No, there's not awry with me breeches, you cheeky sod. It's the megalocrabs. They've been at the balloon envelopes I left out to dry on the rocks. Those hell-spawn snippers think they've found a squid or something and set to nibbling. Less balloons in the air means less cargo getting lifted, and that don't sit too well with me. You looking for a quick job? How about you crack a few shells before you head off on your way? If you could put down 5 or so of the buggers, that ought to do for now. That cliff face there is known as the Descent, and it went around before the calamity. Used to be you could drive a wagon straight down the road, but now we got to make use of this great blaze scaffolding to haul goods up and down. Damn nuisance it is. You take care of them snippers? Good bloody riddance. Nice work there, lass. Still, it won't be long before a new crew of crabs comes sliding in to claim that territory, and our loads just keep getting heavier. But with all the rebuilding going on, if I don't want to be buried under a mountain of crates, I'd best think of a more lasting solution to the snipper problem. There's like a freaking volcano active in the background. Wounded. Just like a little recovery haven. I guess we can go through Lithogran checkpoint, go to the other area. Now we'll go through Noscea and then go through the other gate. Taking the view in the distance. Always look near you and far. Taking everything. This is very cute. A lot of proposals better happen at this spot. The Red Rooster's stead lies to the north of here, which is why we defend this high road. The barley and wool the stead produces feed the cloth the people of Limsa. Where the heart is. Octoken has information that may interest wealthy adventurers. Mind looking into something for me, adventurer? It may even be of interest to you, in fact. I'm told that plots within Mist are to be auctioned off. You, me, hells, even a 12-damned wandering minstrel could purchase their own piece of Noscea. And upon that plot of land, you'd be free to build a house for you and yours. You can't tell me that the thought isn't at least slightly appealing, can you? 'Tis a bit surprising that the Lassocracy had the time and resources to prepare such an area, what with the kobolds and the primals causing all manner of trouble. But who am I to judge the proprieties of politicians, much less pirates, eh? Besides, I'd like nothing more than to own my own home. I've yet to verify the truth of the tale just yet, though. If you've no objections to taking a detour from your adventures, why not head towards the gate to Mist and see if there's a Maelstrom representative who can confirm or deny these land auctions. Have you heard the tale behind the name of this quaint little place? It all started with the birth of a rooster, feathers as red as wine. With that, the story ended there. See, the farmers laid wagers on this bird being stronger than the others, but the contest grew ugly. Blades were drawn, and both roosters and onlookers were splattered with scarlet shades of blood. Not so quaint now, eh? The bulk of wool in Eorzea is shorn either here in Noscea or over in Kurthus. The Noscean sheep are renowned for their soft white fleece, which is nothing like that coarse rubbish they peddle up in the Highlands. Chocobos are such sensitive creatures. Without a steady stream of care and affection, they soon fall into the blackest depression. The dodos love the farm-fresh food so much, they're always pecking at the fences. Sometimes they'll even peck themselves free and run about. I suppose the exercise is good for them, but it's certainly not what I need. Sure, farm life sounds plenty splendid and all, but for some reason, I'm not quite ready to give up this drudgery. Welcome to the Red Rooster Stead. What can I do for you? What do you do here? The name's Anok, and I run this here farm. I've been a botanist for more seasons than I can count. I'd retired once before all that nasty business with the calamity came down, but I can hardly sit idle with all the rebuilding that needs doing, now can I? I am fortunate enough, however, to have a goodly number of enthusiastic youngsters about the place. With a bit of direction from me, I look forward to seeing what wonders they'll achieve at the stead. What kind of place is this? Here at the Red Rooster Stead, we don't shy away from giving the latest farming methods a try. And you can see the results just by taking a look around. The crops are bountiful, and we've had to add pens for the extra livestock. The Admiral herself has praised the stead as the perfect example of her new settlement initiative. If I were to find flaws, it would have to be with our lack of security. Time was that the local pirates would look out for an old farmer like me, but now their whole way of life has been outlawed. That damn calamity, I tell ye. I lost my wife, me son, and me daughter-in-law in the aftermath. If it weren't for me grandson, don't reckon I'd have much reason to linger on. Ah, poor guy. Moogram had a little lamb. Moogram has been losing sleep over his sheep. They call me the stead shepherd, but all three kinds of livestock we breed here fall under my crook. Nevertheless, the sheep remain my first love, my one true passion. So you can imagine my dismay at finding my flock in frumpy fleece. I can't very well take worn-out wool to market. A sheep with no shine is good for nothing but mutton. But where there's wool, there's a way. See what Chartain has to say. As anyone who's ever raised livestock will tell you, animals feel and show emotions as deep and real as yours or mine. One need only look for the telltale signs: a fetching pose, a come-hither stare, some provocative tail-whipping. My pets never fail to show me the same love I show them. Whack-a-mole. Arlona has some moles she would like to remove. If a lifetime of meticulous research into the advancement of the agriculture arts has taught me anything, it is that the fruits of knowledge are incapable of preserving themselves. Without an adventurer's brawn to protect them, I fear all my work will come to naught. Take, for example, the splendid ogre pumpkin crop I was able to cultivate. Years of hypothesizing and testing at last made tangible, only to be snatched away by those subterranean soreners, the clever hedge moles. I've already engineered the pumpkins to resist fire, drought, frost, weeds, insects, and festive rituals. I just needed someone to kill the moles. The Admiral herself has seen it fit to dub our stead an exemplary model of her settlement initiative. As a stead botanist, I attribute our success to unyielding innovation, our willingness to attempt any and all agricultural techniques at least once, no matter how counterintuitive or potentially embarrassing. The Red Rooster Stead boasts the greatest harvest of the biggest and best produce in Noscea. It needs to be picked and shipped cleanly and quickly so that it reaches market at its freshest. Anything less would be doing the growers an injustice. Looks itchy. Mogrim had some little lambs whose fleece was white as snow, but everywhere the little lambs went, lice were sure to go. Now we're stuck with lousy sheep. In the time it takes me to brush one clean, the lice spread to 2 more. I just can't keep up with them by myself. If you could brush 3 shaggy sheep for me, well, we might be able to wipe out the infestation altogether. Let Mogrim know his sheep are in ship shape once you've finished. Lice comb. A fine-toothed metal comb used to remove blood-sucking lice from sheep. Looks relieved. Ugh. Piet. For an adventurer, you certainly know how to wield a lice comb. As I'm sure you have found, sheep are delicate souls that require delicate care. Truly wonderful wool requires time, love, and tenderness. You must caress their coats ever so gently, listen to their soft bleating in your ear, feel the warmth of their breath on your neck. Sounds like you're getting a little too intimate there. Much ado about dodos. Mogrim doesn't know what to do about his dodos. They may call it the red rooster stead, but make no mistake, dodos are the birds that keep the dead steady. Those sweet and tender eggs, that succulent meat, so long as you remove a dodoling's poison glands, you're in for some scrumptious and healthy poultry. They're so delicious, I have to remind myself some birds just aren't meant to be caged. Or perhaps I don't. Talk to Expan and see if we can't return those exquisite creatures to their pen. I might ever please to see you. I was about to cry foul, but with your help we can round them up. Those dim-witted dodos pecked through the fencing and fled the coop. Luckily, they know better than to leave the stead. There are 3 bolting dodos in all. If you spot one, just throw one of these dodo-sized sacks over its head. Once you've caught all the birds, would you mind leaving them in Mogrim's care? I need to repair the fencing before we can return them to this enclosure you see. Empty dodo sack. Whatever would you put in an empty dodo-sized sack? I've heard everything. Hand me the dodos. Full dodo-sized sack. Whatever could be thrashing about in this dodo-sized sack? Oh, my precious darlings. Without their poison breath, they're defenseless out in the wild. Daddy Dodo gets so worried. And now my dodos have a mommy. You'll stay around and look after my babies, won't you? At least until they're ripe for slaughter. No. Well, that was so easy. It makes me wonder why I've spent my life formulating complex solutions to problems rather than merely going around killing things. Nevertheless, I'm afraid it's too late to alter my methods now. I'll continue to focus on the complex solutions and have you stick around to kill things. What hubris, what arrogance to believe that I, one woman alone, could overcome the unfathomably vast and profound mysteries of nature. But with you here, I'm sure we can do it. Beetlejuice. Arin Lona is in a bit of a tight spot. Care to partake in the inexorable march of science? The concoction I'm currently formulating could change horticulture as we know it. Imagine a fluid one could strew over crops to ward off pests. All I need are some ladybugs and someone to squash them. Ladybugs simply cannot resist aphids. Find some Althic lavender, dab it with a bit of aphid nectar, and they'll come swarming to the slaughter. Aphid nectar. Ladybugs are known to feed on this sweet secretion. Return to me once you've collected 3 files of ladybug viscera. Ladybug viscera, the moss green ooze which seeps out from the cracked shell after crushing an innocent, defenseless ladybug. Aww, I like ladybugs. It's elementary, really. Aphids live in fear of ladybugs, and so applying the scent of ladybug blood to our crops is certain to ward off the parasites. We are manipulating the laws of nature. Of course, we could have just let the ladybugs go on defending the crops as always, and not squash them for their viscera, but I hardly see the science in that. She's horrible. Just through the gates is Mist, a residential area for adventurers built on the orders of Admiral Merwib herself. What is it, adventurer? Ah, yes, the auctions. By order of the Admiral herself, Mist and all plots within are to be sold exclusively to adventurers, so as to encourage their immigration to Limsa. Why only adventurers, you ask? Practical necessity, really. Limsa is in dire need of fresh blood, capable, courageous adventurers who will fight her foes and protect her interests. Those who build a home here will have that much more incentive to aid us. As for what manner of place Mist is, I think it best that you journey there and see for yourself. Please direct any other questions you might have to the recruit station just past the entrance. Close your eyes and imagine it, the rhythmic crashing of the surf, the gentle sea breeze, and the descending sun setting the horizon aflame. All could be yours to enjoy from the comfort of your own cottage. I assure you, any doubts you may harbor will vanish once you gaze upon Mist with your own eyes. Sure. Perfect timing. The sun is setting. They even have this place decorated for the festival. Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to Mist. Elementson sent you, you say? Ah, that's unfortunate. All Laminsons are barred from participating in the auctions, you see, on account of the fact that they're, well, Laminson, Admiral's decree. If you find the area to your liking, though, please consider speaking with the resident caretaker. She can guide you through the process of purchasing a plot for yourself. Oh, those are cute with the bubbles. Pardon me. Ooh. There's no fish. I think it's the blue homes that you're welcome to go in. Wow. Oh my god. It's like an actual home. Those are the apartments. Hi. Let me see. Ah, will you have these? Perfect timing. Wow. Oh my god. Look at the little Chuckwow. And Hershey is up there. Wow. He's like a wart. God, Emmett Silk. Well, they make do with tiny spaces. Wow. There you are. What news have you brought me? For the purposes of luring adventurers to Limsa, that's unfortunate, but it does explain a great deal. Looks like my dream of owning my own home will have to wait a little longer. But don't you worry about me. My day will come soon enough. They call me a working man, I reckon that's what I am. Drinking under the sheep's nose, sneaking out the back door. Ain't nobody'll ever know. Noscea spans far and wide, but nowhere will you find so many windmills as here. Harnessing the winds that blow in from the sea to grind grain and felt fleece, is it no less than sorcery? What goes around? Oh, we get some food. Mutton stew. Lord Rispus wishes to check for any trouble that might be milling about the Grey Fleet. Breathtaking, is it not? Proud sails turning, rugged gears churning. The mill never stops, and so neither can the millers assigned to its upkeep. Vigilance is the key. By addressing tomorrow's issues today, we assure the wheels of prosperity continue to grind. Unfortunately, I have my hands full with the work of the day, and cannot leave my station to tend to inspection. I would entrust this duty to you. Seek out the other 3 millers, heed their concerns, and apprise Waitserin of your findings. While the mill turns in perpetuity, our toils are tied to the ebb and flow of the stead. During harvests and shearings, we rarely catch a wink. Well, you see the mill spinning, don't you? What more do you need to know? Only problem I have is you meddling in my chores. Away with you, then. A miller takes special pride in his mill, and I couldn't be prouder of this one. I haven't noticed anything off myself, but let's have a look now, shall we? Look there. The sail's been nicked a bit. Nothing urgent, mind you. The cloth we use is the same as they use for sails out on the sea, made to stand up to blustering wind. These mills are built from the dead works and dunnage of decommissioned ships, the cloth taken from masts of the Armada. Though they may no longer ride the waves, the old ship bones still remain afleet. Pshaw, the mill is fine. We'd be wiser to concern ourselves with the grubby scavengers that rob us of our yield. The Grey Fleet owes to the millers' ability to withstand even the grimmest of storms. I trust you enjoyed your tour at the mill. You are impressed, yes? The matter of Eshushu's sale is most worrisome indeed. The matter shall be remedied at once. To delay acting until trouble occurs is to ask for trouble. The Great Fleet stops for nothing. Full sail ahead. Is there anyone at the House of Sticks? Just a cobbled territory? Fire and Brimstone. Brimstone has blocked Bronrut out of blind iron mines. Well, this time we've dug ourselves into a hole well and truly. Struck Brimstone while shoveling through the mines, and now the rocks are rife with the reek of rotten eggs. The gas grew to be too much to bear. You'll need this clear earth crystal if you're to restore the earth and plug the leak properly. Just mind the surfid clouds brought on by the brimstone. Slim diggings of late. I'd say we're mined her for all the ore she's got. Luckily, Naldik and Vimelis has assigned for the lot of it. Should make for some sturdy ships. Clear earth crystal. The ethereal balance of this crystal is tipped completely to the element earth. Not a single trace of any of the other 5 elements can be detected. Now that's a breath of fresh air. For many of the miners, a bit of brimstone is nothing to write home about, but I'm the one who has to write the letters when the gluttons choke to death down there. Price's metals command in the wake of the calamity will make us either rich or dead. Up until about 3 years ago, we had crews working every ilm of these mines around the clock. The air was so thick with dust that half of them had to dig by feel. Fine iron mining, they called it, and so the name stuck. A bridge too full. Captain Noscea, stationed at Ocean's Embrace, needs you to track down a guard who has abandoned his duties. Eh? You be wantin' to cross Ocean's Embrace? If ye ain't in a hurry to be someplace, I'd rather ye hold off for a bell or two. Presently, the bridge is such a right confusion of wagons and such, the damn thing's like to collapse. We expect a bit of congestion, what with this being the only bridge connecting the roads from the dry docks to Limsa Lominsa, but today's traffic is something awful. Speaking of which, what in the seven hells does Wistmaga think he's playing at deserting his post at a time like this? Do me a favor, would you, lass? Track down that skittish bugger and tell him to get his ass back into directing the chaos at the Embrace. Before the calamity gouged out a ravine here, this used to be one long unbroken peninsula. Of course, seeing as the Moravi dry docks are on the side opposite the city, construction on the bridge went forward soon as you could blink. It ain't quite done yet, but the Embrace is sturdy enough for fully laden wagons to trundle across. Bah, 'twas only a matter of time before they sent someone after me, I suppose. Aye, I heard ye. The bridge is a bloody mess. Truth be told, I wish the damn thing would collapse and save me the suffering. I can't simply wave me hands and have everything suddenly sort itself out, now can I? And if I try resonating with those damn demon-spawned coachmen, I'm like to get me head bit off. Listen, if you're not going to let me be, then can ye at least have a word with the more irate wagon drivers? Soothe their tempers some? That'll be one less headache for me to deal with. Have a word with those irate coachmen and soothe them tempers, and I'll soon have the rest of this mess sorted out. Blocked again? They'll have the road backed up all the way to gates at this rate. I swear by the navigator, I'll kick those wagons over the sides my damn self if this bridge doesn't open up soon. Good sirs and ladies, calm yourselves. There's no need to... Oh, gods. Make way, you ugly bilge rat. I should have been in Limsa bells ago. Eh? I'll calm down when fishbacks learn to fly. Now move your ass. Well, if you put it like that, then maybe I'll hold me tongue for a bit. You can take your self-important words and take a dive in the harbor. I have shipwrights expecting this cargo, and it'll be a cold day in deadline before I back down first. Perhaps you do have a point. I shall endeavor to keep a hold on my temper, if only to see this situation resolved before the moon turns. I'm sore glad at least one person on this bridge has her head on straight. Perhaps those useless guards should retire and let you assume their post. You could be right, lass. Maybe there is room for both of us to squeeze past if I shift an ilm or two to the left. Probably could have seen that for myself if I hadn't been so busy screaming. Now half my dry docks shipment is spoiled thanks to this cursed bridge and its endless delays. If only I had spent more coin on chilling the fish. Well, I'll be damned. You actually managed to calm them buggers down? You're a miracle worker, and that's the honest truth. All I need is for the drivers to heed me directions without all that snapping and snarling, you see? Well, I'd best be at it before they lose their tempers again. Oh, and I'd appreciate it if you could let Captain Noscea know I'm back on the job. Wurstmaga is back at his post, is he? Your tongue must be made of silver to have accomplished that feat. He can't handle the yelling, you see. The gods only know how such a delicate flower survived garden training in the first place. And he's never going to survive duty at the bridge now that work on the Victory has a flood of deliveries coming in and out every bloody day. Wurstmaga better harden up or start looking for a quieter line of work. Ocean's Brae is still under construction. No sense looking accusing about it. It'll take you across all the same, so just count your blessings. All along the shoreline here, there's a sight to write home about. Shards of the false moon Dalamud. That's how it happened. They say it was a rain of fire. The sea boiled off in moments and left those pillars of salt. Ah, the Moravi dry docks, the site of Naldic and Vimeli's and the grandest shipyard in all of Limsa, the perfect place to build a Maelstrom's newest warship. We've doubled the guard around the Victory to keep an eye out for saboteurs and the like. If you want to keep your hide intact, I'd advise against any suspicious actions, adventurer. Levies of Moravi. Orwan, the Adventurers Guild representative for local levy quests at the Moravi Dry Docks, is seeking an adventurer to undertake guild levies. Greetings, Adventurer. I am Oroban, a representative of the Adventurers Guild. As a levy mate stationed here at the Marabi Dry Docks, I'm responsible for assigning the various tasks that come in from the beleaguered locals. The work is not necessarily simple or safe, thus I would first gauge the limits of your abilities by setting you a trial assignment. Take a moment to peruse the task outlined in the skill levy. Do you believe yourself up to the challenge? The deathliest catch. Most megalocrabs feed on fish they find in tidal pools or washed up on shore. There is a variety of crab, however, which prefers the flesh of man over that of marine life. These terrible wavekin are called big claws and must be put down before they injure any more Candlekeep Quay's residents. It is almost impossible, however, to distinguish a big claw from a normal megalocrab. That is, unless the core of a lightning elemental is used. When shocked, the shell of a big claw will turn bright red, making it an easy target. Okay. Very well, let's see what you can do. Before you begin, I have a word of advice. Acquire some cores from the lightning sprites. Use the cores on the crabs, and you'll soon discover which creatures are the big claws. Complete the task, have you? Then you need only collect your reward. You have performed admirably. I have no qualms about signing you for the work. With the Maelstrom warship under construction here, the military is eager to keep the dry dock safe and secure. They'd be glad to know a stalwart adventurer like you is around, cleaning up these problems one at a time. Someone high up believed that it would be a fine idea to allow members from any grand company to accept levies meant for the Maelstrom. I personally do not agree, but I have my orders. They did not mention aught of allowing those adventurers who had yet to pledge their allegiance to even the lowly order of the Twin Adder, let alone the mighty Maelstrom. The damage caused by the calamity has seen a great number of artisans pulled away into restoration projects. Here at the Marabi Dry Docks, they've started taking on outsiders and adventurers to round out the roster. And with the extra hands, there's always going to be extra trouble. Pity no one thinks to bolster the ranks of the war guards. Constant carvings. Naldic Vimeli's veteran shipwright, Mimidoa, seeks someone to travel to Ocean's Torch in his stead. What you say? Another initiate, eh? Initiate, you say? I'm getting lots of initiates these days. Lots of initiates. What did you say it was? Now, I reckon this initiate's here looking for work. Is it work you seek, eh? Well, you need not fret, as I just happen to have a task what needs tending. A dear friend of mine, Roston, something or such, is holed up in the lighthouse on this side of the grit. Used to be that I'd visit the lad once a night to see how he was faring, but me legs just ain't the same since the gout gone and grabbed hold of 'em. I'd be grateful if you could check up on the Candlekeep in me stead. Oh, and don't ye be forgetting to take along 4 curved jackal fangs. Tell 'em they's from Mimidoa. He'll understand. The day the 7th Umbral Era came knocking, a flood of ships came floundering into the docks, most of them as if they were like to sink at any moment. Even amidst all the gods' cursed confusion, Atbrim did his level best to save those ailing maidens. Once I seen that kind of spirit, it were easy for me to take a step back and devote me own time to cavorting and carousing with rosy-cheeked lasses. Never too old for a sport to carouse, missy. She might be the boss, but still Master Nanza's work with the Armorers Guild often takes her to Limsa. While she's away, the day-to-day running of the docks falls to Atbrim, Robbie's foremost shipwright. Greetings and welcome to the main offices of Naldic and Vimeli's. If you are an artisan working here at the docks, I can assist you with a variety of matters, including employment, contracts, labor assignments, wage payments, even lunch deliveries. You name it, I am at your service. My days are consumed with the construction of the new ship, Victory. My colleagues and I must constantly remind each other to push forward with our work, lest we grow obsessed with attaining perfection in every blow of the chisel. Have you spoken with Mimido out front? He holds a position at Naldic and Vimeli's as an advisor now. Most know him, however, for his incredible skills as a blacksmith. Yet, despite his achievements, he is always willing to lend a kindly ear to those around him. Cedar. That's what you were wondering, weren't it? Each kind of wood has its own use, you see. Now, cedar, that's a tree what grows straight and tall, making it the perfect choice for masts and yardarms and the like. Think I got it easy here in the lumberyard? The builders haul off a good forest's worth of planks each day, and it's my job to make sure every little splinter is properly accounted for. Don't look like much right now, but when I'm done pounding, stretching, and shaping, these sheets of iron will fit snug to the hull of the ship, just like a shining suit of armor. We shipwrights ain't all the same, you know. Carpenters, smithies, armorers, takes all sorts of crafting skills coming together to shape a ship. We do share one thing, though, and that's a builder-blessed mastery in our chosen profession. Did you never wonder why a shipwright gets to so much respect from the average ale-swinging limousine? Failure to lunch. Poor Waffle-Foo's food cart is light a few lunches, and she needs help locating the lost meals. Oh, woe is me. I seem to have gone and misplaced 4 of my packed lunches. Whatever am I to do? I can hear H. Brum's belly grumble from all the way over here. I'm certain I made enough for everyone, so it must be that I either dropped a few or gave some to the wrong fellows. Oh, did you hear that? It was H. Brum's belly again. He does not look at all pleased, does he? I must stay with my cart, but if you could search the dry docks and see if you cannot find those lunches, I would be eternally grateful. I might even whip together something special for you. Ah, did you see that? H-Brim just gave me the evil eye. If those lunches don't turn up soon, I'm afraid he'll come over here and eat me. I'm sorry, dearie, but these lunches are for the shipwrights. Neldik and Vimeli has hired me to make sure their lads and lassies are fed, and fed well. The last thing you need is a hungry crafter fainting at the top of a mast and making a mess of the deck. Wow, and go splat. Waffle-Foo be needing one of her lunches back, you say? And here I was beginning to think the lass had eyes for me. Not that she's me type, mind ye. I'd like me woman a few hands taller and a few pounds heavier, and a few shades bluer, if catch me drift. I wouldn't have minded the extra meal, though. A man can work up quite a raven when he has been pounding, stretching, and shaping sheets of iron all night. Have you ever seen anything so grand? It pains me that I'll have to let her go one day. Tell me about yourself. My name's H. Brim. I serve as foremost shipwright on the Victory, the vessel that lies here before us. She's Naldik and Vimeli's first endeavor since the calamity, and my personal pride and joy. From the moment of her conception, I have stood beside her, watching as she grew to where she is now. When the girl is finally seaworthy, not only will she be the most powerful ship in the Maelstrom Armada, but she'll serve as a symbol of Limsa Laminza's return to nautical supremacy. Which is why I cannot take my eyes off these lazy dogs for even a moment. Give the lot a single ilm, and the Victory would probably be in flames before I could blink. What are you building? Here at the Moravi Dry Docks, we build and repair ships at the behest of Naldik and Vimeli's. It used to be that no one outside the Armorers' Guild was allowed within a mile of the facilities. This was mainly to prevent the Thalassocracy's enemies from sabotaging her ships. The flames of the calamity, however, changed all that. Now we must look to adventurers, freelancers, even pirates to see that all the work is completed. And it is my job to make certain that everyone remains in line, which, in the case of adventurers, freelancers, and pirates, is rarely ever. I remember when the calamity sent a big old wave crashing out onto the coast of Limsa. God's grip sheltered the docks from the worst of it, prize 12. A lot of folks weren't so lucky, though. A whole flotilla of battered ships limped into the bay not long after, like a field hospital for sea vessels it were, and now these days we're putting together the damn things from scratch. Bloody marvelous. All day, every day, we toil here at the docks, with naught but the sound of pounding hammers to mark the passage of time. If you've any tall tales to share, I'd be glad for the diversion. Where's Frankie? He would be here. Don't tell me. You came to collect my lunch. Concede in them accusing eyes of yours. Sure, I knew right well that none of these lunches were meant for me, what with today being my day off and all, but I never thought little Wafflefu would miss just one. If I give back the lunch, would you promise me you'll not mention that it was I who took it? I don't want the lass to think I was trying to swindle her. That's sort of what I was trying to do. But she doesn't have to know that now, does she? Right then, carry on. Look at that handsome wench. From here you can see her whole body. Admire the perfection of her curves. It'll be a glorious day indeed when we finally slip her into the water, eh? I'm talking about the victory, you gutter-dwelling landlubber. Please tell me you found the lunches. I swear, Abram has shifted several paces closer since you departed. Packed lunch. Boiled boar, stewed dodo, steamed cabbage, and a slab of stone cheese. And a hunch of day-old bread. Everything a hard-working shipwright needs to maintain his or her vigor. Sounds scrumptious. 1, 2, 3, 4. You did it! You found all the missing lunches. Now perhaps I can rest in peace knowing that Abram won't be indulging in his cannibalistic fantasies. At least for today. What counts? Robbie Drydock's yardmaster, Yulgi Honagi, seeks someone to aid his crew in taking inventory. I'm looking for a strapping young adventurer, good with her numbers to help tally our remaining supply of planks and logs. But I suppose you'll have to do. Now that work on the Victory is nearing completion, I need one final count on the lumber we have, so I can determine if we'll need more. I already have Razin Malzin and Ruimo Falimo started on the tallies, so speak with them and see what they found. Then bring me back the exact number of quarterdeck logs and forecastle blanks remaining on site, understood? Just finished me count of the cedar masts, and the yard master ain't going to like what I have to tell him. What? You'll tell him for me? Well, be my guest then, lass. The Victory, being as big as she is, will be outfitted with 3 full-sized masts and 2 smaller masts. Each mast will have its own set of 4 to 5 spars, or cross-masts, from which the sails hang. One need not be a scholarly from Melvin's Gate to know what that's a whole hell's worth of lumber. And so just how many mast-worthy logs did I count here? 4. Not 400, not 4 score, not even 14. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you can take that to the yardmaster. But don't say I didn't warn you. 200 oak berthing planks, not one more, not one less. I counted them twice, and then I counted them thrice more, just for good measure. We may be in trouble, though, if them shipwrights need any more than what you see before ye. The fires of the Calamity claimed most of the trees in old Oakwood, and what of those that remained, ye ask? Why, we chopped down the rest to help build the Victory. I trust you had enough fingers to help you through the Italian. So, tell me now, what did you find? Those be grim numbers indeed. The Calamity may be just a faded memory, but it seems we're still far from truly healing. As a salt-blooded Leminson, it pains me to say it, but we may have to turn to them tree folk in Gardania if we're to finish the Victory on time. Nailed it. Naldi Confameli shipwright Hescazel needs help heating his rivets. When it comes to riveting, you could search the realm over, but you won't find none better than Hescazel. 10 score rivets a bell, I drive. Twice that if I'm not in me cups. The key to driving rivets proper like is how hot you can get the buggers. The hotter the rivet, the stronger the bond she'll make with the steel plate. Problem being, was I to heat me rivets in the forge, they'd be cold as a dead horse crotch by the time I hauled 'em back to the Victory. 'Tis why I use the white-hot cores o' lightin' sprites. But as you can see, me supplies run a tad low. If it ain't too much trouble, would you be so kind as to fetch me some? You look as if you could take on a whole pack of sprites with one hand tied behind your ass. The new crafter, are you? No? What are you, then, a stevedore? Oh, beg pardon, adventurer. The rear entrance to the docks is just as heavily guarded as the front. After all, who knows what manner of strangers are among the craftsmen and couriers sailing in from Candlekeep Quay? It can get right lonesome up here, all alone, with naught but the wind's chill to keep a man company. Some days I carve jackal fangs to help clear me head of the voices. Voices call me back to the great blue. Curved jackal fang. The brownish yellow stain on his sharp tooth suggests a diet rich in carrion. What's this? Mimidoa sent you, did he? Well, you tell that old man that he needn't waste his few last sons in this realm, worrying about poor Roston. I'll carry on as I always have, in the service of the sailors, alone till the day I die. Say it with flowers. Roston yearns to profess his love to a certain special someone and requires your help to do so. It's Valentine's Day, I'll help. Whilst the Carvins help keep the head clear, a bit of company would ease the solitude. Truth is, with each turn of the sun, I creep ever closer to the brink of madness. All day and all night, I dream of someone who might rescue me from this prison. Someone broad and hale, with skin the color of the sea and eyes that'll suck you in like a maelstrom. Someone like Gimthora. I've been enchanted by her sweet magic since I first saw her, a young lass from the Robbie Dry Docks on patrol of the Gaza's Grip. She smiled at me, but I was too ed up inside by fear to meet her gaze, and now, since her promotion to head watch, she can't be bothered to make the climb. I will tell her how it is I feel, but me duty to sailors. Wait, might be you could tell her for me. I'd make it worth your while. You could take her a nice Lenotian lily bell. You think she'd like that? Aye, I reckon she'd like that. Ain't met a woman what didn't like flowers. Rain, wind, or head-splitting hailstorms, a candle always keeps the torch shining. That's called a sense of responsibility, missy. The thought of being haunted by sailors what were dashed upon the rocks also helps a man remember his duty. A gift for me from the Candlekeep at Ocean's Torch? I don't recall ever meeting anyone. The Notion Lilybell, a lovely flower for the lovely Grimthada. Ah, the Notion Lilybell. Yes, it's coming back to me now. Rossin, I believe his name was. I remember specifically commenting on how I despised my patrols through the Goth's script, for the area is full of Lenotian lilybells. Terrible weeds always send me into sneezing fits. While I am flattered, I'm afraid I cannot return the gesture. As head watch of the Marabi Dry Docks, it is my responsibility to see that the peace is kept until the victory's christening. I simply haven't the time to pay would-be suitors any mind, no matter how desperate they may be. Though, perhaps once the ship is complete, I could consider a climb up the peninsula. Perhaps. Eh? Where do you crawl from? Crawl in from? I don't recall sending for no initiates. Eh? Bella Stardust. I once knew a lass named Bella back when I served on the Cloud Dancer. She was a buxom young lass with eyes as big and round as ogre pumpkins. Ye ain't her, though. Nose ain't quite right. And who are ye again? Ah, got something to tell me, has he? Rostin, what's that mumbling milksop whining about this time? No, let me guess. That he's lonely. Bah! Put a pair of warm woman in his arms and another on his lap, and he'll be right as rain. 'Tis what I'd do to help me forget that what ails me. Not that old Mimadora needs much help with forgetting, mind ye. Might be that I'll send him up a few saucy strumpets this coming eve. I love Mimadora. 3 cores, and I can be done with the day's work and back at the alehouse where I belong. See, lightning spike core. These white hot cores are sometimes used by blacksmiths and armorers as a source of heat when driving rivets into metal plate. Leviathan's eye. You really gone and fetched me the blinkin' cores. Abram will be right pleased to see that he will. 'Twas the foreman what came up with the idea to use cores to heat the rivets. Clever one, that man. Sharper than a fang in a fishback's beak. Probably is why he made chief so quick-like. Such a gorgeous sunset. Welcome to Candlekeep Quay. Head within and speak with the skipper if you require passage to Aleport. It used to be that only the Candlekeep of Ocean's Torch made use of this port, but for a time after the calamity struck, the Robbie dry docks were unusable. The facilities here had to be expanded to accommodate the flood of artisans and suppliers needed for the restoration efforts. The Admiral's ban on piracy has proven effective, by and large. The only problem is, the ones that refuse to give up the life are the absolute bloody worst of the lot. The ferries that depart from Candlekeep Quay are the primary means of waterborne transportation between the island ports of Limsa, Aleport, and the like. These vessels do more than simply carry passengers from one destination to another. They also carry foodstuffs and other essential provisions to the shipwrights of the Meravi dry docks. It is said that the odd pillars on a salt strand were formed the night Bahamut's flames rained from the heavens. I'm currently studying the formations to see what influence, if any, they exert on the surrounding area. Forbidden Island. Melvin's Gate Field Assessor Azumin is seeking help to exterminate an unknown pest. Excuse me, adventurer. Might I have a moment of your time? Allow me to introduce myself. I am Azumin, Field Assessor for Melvin's Gate. My work with the Custom House involves the investigation of claims made regarding the unlawful import of restricted items from foreign shores. Recently, there have been a number of petitions made by the residents of Candlekeep Quay concerning a species not native to Vilbrant. If this species is indeed alien to the island, it must be located and destroyed immediately before it is allowed to reproduce and possibly disturb the natural balance found here amongst the area's fauna. I would ask that you take this lump of fetid dodo flesh and place it upon one of the mounds of soil thought to be the nest of the invasive species. The odor should draw forth whatever creatures lurk beneath, leaving them easy targets. Melvin's Gate assessors are not ordinarily stationed in Candlekeep Quay. There hasn't been a need since the port primarily deals in domestic cargo. Fetid dodo flesh. With a decent wind, the stench of rotting dodo meat can carry for moms, attracting all manner of creatures. Tavnarian mites. We have collected eggs from cargo carried on ships hailing from Razatan before, but always in Limsa. There are no records of ships traveling to or from the tiny island nation making stops here in Candlekeep Quay, nor would they ever need to, unless the mice did not come from a ship that laid anchor here, but from a different vessel, one with more heinous motives. I believe this will require further investigation. I thank you again for your assistance. Perhaps I may require your services again in the near future. So the salt strand is home to some keycurn. This is a cool area though. Alright, well there you have it. So we got to explore Middle and Lower Noscea, and we got to do the Valentione's festival. I hope you'll be my Valentine this year. Love you, everyone. So cute. Alright. Bye-bye.